cozy.
Okay. Hey fiber friends, welcome to the Botanical Knitter Vlogcast. I'm Emily, I'm a maker that lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and today's vlog is going to be a little different. I've got a guest. This is my friend Greg, the owner, the creative force behind Plaid Perch Farms. And I asked him to come on over to my house so you all could get a chance to meet with him. So Greg, tell us about you. Where do we find you on the internet?
Yeah, so I'm Plaid Perch Farm and plaidperchfarm.com. So I have my little farm in Iowa where we have about 50 sheep and we've got about 5 cows and 3 kids.
You have cows.
Yes, we have the Dutch the belted Galloway, so they're the Oreo cows with the white belts.
Are they dairy cows?
No,
okay,
they're beef
just
cows.
Cute cows.
Yeah.
Okay, how old are they?
So the cows are all different ages,
okay.
and then we have 3 little calves.
Yeah.
We have Harry, Ricky, and Audie. My 7-year-old named Audie.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Okay, sheep, cows,
and kids.
And kids,
yes.
And dogs.
And dogs.
Do you have a cat?
And we have 2 cats, 2 farm cats.
It's my dream life.
Yeah, we have lots of mice that they control on the farm.
I mean, honestly, me too. Old house.
I know.
It's fine. That's what cats are for. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So why Greg was in town because yesterday there was a fiber festival.
Yes, the fall Fiber Fest.
Yeah.
So
it was great.
I always love to come to Minnesota because the people are really great. Like, that's why we're here, right? And so I do 2 shows a year in Minnesota. I do the Shepherd's Harvest in May, and then I do the Fall Fiber Fest in November. The plants want some coffee.
They have a mind of their own.
I love it.
So you do 2 shows in Minnesota.
Yeah, so this is my fall show, and it's just really fun. It's in a little gymnasium in a community center, so it's not big, but it's just really fun community. Like,
it was my first time going to that festival. Like, I hadn't been to that one, and I wasn't totally going to go because fresh off of Rhinebeck. But I went and I did a terrible job taking footage. So sorry, everybody. There's no footage we have outside of your booth, I think. And that's it.
And I didn't really do much either. So
you were busy.
I know.
You were selling the wares.
Yes, and of course running behind. Yeah. So like everything's last minute.
But it was cute. I liked it. It was like a lot of just undyed natural wool, which is.
And the focus of that show is vendors that are selling U.S. wool. So that's why you get a lot of the farm wools. And so I love that. And that's what I have, and that's what my customers want. And
I find myself getting drawn more and more to that. Rude. Please hold for Sam break. We're very rudely interrupted by my 13-and-a-half-year-old dog who is now trapped behind the lights and the tripod and is going to shake the camera. She was barking to be let in, but now she's just... Okay. Anyways, so we were talking about how I've been feeling drawn more towards natural fibers, non-superwash, undyed, or naturally dyed. So, like with that, I just want to show everybody right away.
Oh my gosh.
One of the this is my basket of plaid perch.
Love it.
So
it's fun.
We'll get into like your origin story, but I want to talk about this yarn.
Yeah.
Tell me about this yarn.
So this yarn is 100% Shetland, but this is not my yarn.
Okay.
So one of my mentors, who I've acquired some sheep from, and she's kind of helped me understand the Shetland world and all of the sheep and all the things that go with that. So she had a bunch of yarn, and she's like, I'm not doing festivals anymore. I need to empty my house. Like this yarn is all accumulating. So I purchased all her yarn at cost, and then I was just, as I was dyeing it, it came out just dark and gloomy, and because they're browns and blacks, and then I over dyed them. Like this one is with madder, which is really beautiful. I don't know if
there. Yeah. So you can see, so the wool itself was like a dark brown, right? The natural color. Yeah. And then you dyed it with madder, which is like a very deep red, depending on saturation and exhaust and all of that.
Yeah.
And it almost makes it more of like a purpley brown.
Yeah,
but then you see the red come through, and it's glorious.
As I was dyeing this yarn, I noticed that it was just dark and gloomy, and the dark times we're in.
Pause for the dark times.
I know. It felt like the idea of like us working together on this yarn. Like Kelly she grew this yarn. She milled this yarn. And now I'm taking it and adding more life to it. And so, like, how can we flock together and make good? Flock together. Yes.
That's why I wore the shirt.
That's what inspired
I love it.
the saying. And so I decided, let's donate the proceeds from this yarn, because there's so much that can be done with that money that can do good and support those that are struggling and need support. And so I decided, let's take all the proceeds from this and donate it to the ALCU.
I love that.
So I'm really excited about that.
But I wanted like my audience to meet you because you are just good people. And I feel like you are like a light for me in the dark times, right? Like that's why we need each other.
Yes.
But like that's why we need each other. We have to flock together. And so I love that this yarn is just so will you be so like 100% of the profits are going to the ACLU.
Yes.
Like are you gonna post this online?
I need to dye more.
Okay.
So I sold a bunch at the Fall Fiber Fest. So I need to dye more. And so once I dye more, I want to push it out and get it online. But also I have 3 shows in the spring. Shepherd's Harvest in May. And so I want to be able to bring it to those shows as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
So folks can't get it online. They can get it at Minnesota. You do Illinois too?
Illinois Fiber Fest and then the Des Moines Fiber Fest.
Okay.
In April.
So you talked about you have Shetland.
Yes.
And you had Kelly was your mentor.
Yeah. Talk
to us a little bit about your sheep, how you got into having a sheep farm, and that, we'll start there. I have so many questions.
So it all started from knitting. Yeah. So I grew up, my grandma taught me to crochet, and I'm a terrible crocheter.
Okay.
And it never stuck.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know how to count.
I can make a chain, and like...
Your provisional cast on is great because of
exactly. And so from there, like my mom, she does a lot of cross stitch, she sews a lot. And so, like, crafting has always been in my family, around me. And so with that, then as I went on my own, I decided knitting started with wanting an Argyle pillow. I wanted an...
You went hard.
Yeah.
You started with...
I've never knit an Argyle pillow, let's be clear. Because I knew I couldn't start that way. So I started to learn how to knit. And at the time I was working at a Living History Farms museum.
Cool.
And so there were a lot of people around me that knew how to knit. And so like it was just nice to have that community. Like we would get together once a week and we'd sit at this cafe and knit. And just it was nice to have that community. And when I had a struggle, like they could help me and try to figure it out. And so from that I continued to knit and then never knit the Argyle pillow.
Yet.
Like someday it might. But like that room design that I wanted to do it in is gone. Like I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Your vibes have changed.
My vibes have changed, exactly.
So how old were you when you started knitting then?
So I was in my late 20s when I started knitting.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah. And then I started spinning. So I took a drop spindle class, and I did that for about a year, and then I bought a wheel, and then moved into that, and now I have 3 wheels, and supported spindle, like the whole works.
Yeah.
And so from there, it was like, I've always loved fiber, and I've always loved color. And so that led into sheep.
Yeah.
And so then I wanted color in my sheep. And Shetlands are small and easy to make.
Little dogs.
Yeah. And lots of colors, lots of patterns, lots of personality. And so that's what really, and the community, like just the people that I met, like Kelly and my friend Kate and Garrett, like all the people that are raising Shetlands, that support others that raise Shetlands, like that's been a strong community that's really helped me get started.
Yeah. And so Shetland, because you had mentors, peers, friends that had Shetland, so that felt like a natural piece. And also they're smaller, so is that easier to start with smaller?
They're smaller and they're a little more hardy.
Yeah.
So just maintenance is a little bit less than some of the more domesticated sheep that you might have more health problems and things of that sort. Okay.
And then you expanded.
And then I wanted... A friend once...
My most favorite sheep.
Oh my god. A friend once said, you should get Ramadale CVMs. I'm like, I don't know what these are.
Yeah.
And then I did some research. I'm like, I should get some Ramadale CVMs.
Yeah.
And so they're also a colored sheep.
Yeah.
And so they stem from the Ramadales, which was a white flock that mainly provided wool for Pendleton mills.
Okay.
But they only want white because they want to be able to control the colors and the dyeing. And then all of a sudden, so every sheep has black or brown in its genetics.
Yeah.
It's just we've bred that out to keep them white because we want that control. We want control.
What?
Yeah. And so then all of a sudden that natural instinct was popping out, and so then these colors were starting to pop up. And so this gentleman, his last name's Sexton, I can't remember his first name off the top of my head. Yeah. But he took these...
Jimothy. We'll call him Jimothy.
Jimothy Sexton. So he started breeding these sheep together. And so it became this California variegated mutant, which is a weird name. Yeah. Like, I picture them in the sewers fighting crime.
With, like, little eyeballs.
But they don't. They don't do that.
And they like pizza!
Yes. You can tell where my kids are right now in their life.
I love CVM, Rommeldale. I've talked about it on the channel a lot because I just think the fiber is so yummy. I have a whole fleece of it.
I didn't know this.
I do. So I have. Well, this is why Best of Intentions wanted to do your scour long, and we'll talk about that in a second. Because I have this beautiful CVM fleece that I got from a farm in Wisconsin.
Okay.
But I just haven't done it yet.
Yes, you need to do it.
I know.
You'll love it.
I know. But
one of my favorite spins is CVM.
Oh, it's just so beautiful.
Just bouncy.
Okay, so speaking here, I have an example. Yes. Tell us about this.
So this is one of my naturally dyed rovings. And so all of these, oh my God, there's a lot of love that goes into these because I scour all of these. Yeah. So this comes from wool that I don't send to the mill. Okay. So it's usually something that might be a little shorter or it might have a break, and so I process it to get that out. Yeah. So then it becomes a nice spinning fiber.
And if friends don't spin, like a break, a shorter like staple in the fiber, it just means it's like harder for the machine, the mill, right?
The mill can so the equipment the mill has can only handle a certain length of like a range of fiber length, and so if it can't handle that, then it creates neps and issues in the yarn. And so that requires some hand processing and some extra love to do that. Yeah. So all of these are combed twice.
Like by hand.
A hand combs.
By Greg's hand.
Yes. Yeah. And then I card them. And doing that carding process allows me to blend different colors of fibers together and then dye them.
I love that.
And that just gives a really depth to texture and the heathering in the yarns.
That's beautiful.
Are in the wools. And so I card them, then I dye them, all natural, and then I card them again. But then the last carding is when I blend the colors to make the color changing. Like this is one that's a little more kind of semi-solid. Yeah. But it has a lot of just pops of yellows and some purples. And
it's gonna spin so beautifully. Yeah. Like, the light's coming out of it.
Yeah. The reason I have to go through that process of doing the natural dyes is it's harder to add color in a natural dye process like you could with an acid dye. Yeah. And so it's harder to get those color changes. And so doing this process allows me to create those color changes that you don't get to see in natural dyes. No. And so it just really is a really fun, unique product.
Yeah. And you have a lot of like variegated roving that is beautiful. Like, and this one I was just infatuated with. I was like, oh, look at her. She's so pretty. And then Greg just like threw it in my pile. I was like, thank you.
She forgot to mention she was helping me take down the booth at the same time. So
we all know I love being a booth babe. It's my favorite thing. You use all the fiber. Like you are very much a no waste.
Yeah. So I always try to call it no wool left behind.
I love that.
And so I was trying to figure out ways to use that extra wool. Yeah. So as I'm doing this, those breaks and those things that come out that aren't wanted in the spinning fiber, like I want to have them have a home. And wool is really great in your garden. Like that's
we talked about this last night.
Amazing way, like mulch with your the properties of holding moisture and releasing nitrogen. Like those are all really great in wool. So throw it in your garden. Like that's awesome.
My strawberry bed has wool from spring shearing at Teresa's. because it was just kind of cleaning their
especially
coats.
the skirting, like that's perfect because there's little manure
Nice
bits
and
in there.
thin,
Yeah,
little VM.
yes, and the gardens love that. But also, I put together a just like a blending box of the carded fiber, and as a way to either throw in as when you're making a bat or on a blending board, or like when kids come to the booth. I had these 3 little boys come in, and they were loving life. And so I grabbed a box. I'm like, hey guys, can you guys do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you guys share something? Oh yeah. Like, can you guys share this wool? Can we spin it? And they were so excited to take this wool home.
Well, and then you're creating, because I'm assuming their parents probably craft,
Yeah.
or like their grandparents or their siblings or whatever, but then you're like reigniting excitement in the younger generation.
Exactly, yeah.
So I got one of those boxes.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Because I got a blending board
Yeah.
in August for my birthday, and I still haven't used it.
Oh,
Because
they're
I need to
fun.
get the flicker, the brush.
Oh.
So I have a cat brush. I might
Okay.
just use it.
Yeah,
instead.
totally use that.
I might actually have you when we wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I got that because I thought it would be perfect for blending in
Yep.
and adding color like you do or
Yeah.
into it. Because drum carders are amazing.
Yeah.
But
Blending boards are so accessible.
yes, and then you make the roll
Rolex, yeah.
which I think is fun, and I enjoy spinning from those
Yes,
too.
I
Like
do
when
too.
I was learning how to drop spin, I found those really great
Yeah.
for spinning.
They really help you control the fiber without holding on for dear life.
And then it breaks, and then it's overspun. Yeah,
Yep.
cool.
So
Probably the other way you're using the wool.
my husband is also into plants like you are.
Hi, Travis.
And so when he's buying these plants, people are shipping them from all over the country.
Yeah.
And they're coming with all this polyester fill. And it just made me feel gross. Because then we just throw it away.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing
And
to
then
do
she
with it.
sits there
Yeah.
and does.
And so then I said, when you're shipping plants, you're not going to use that. You're going to use wool. It's like, oh, that's a great idea.
Duh.
So all of the carding waste and the combing waste is really great, like fluffy, like great packaging. So now we're making that available for plant shippers.
That's so smart.
And then when you're growing plants, then you have fertilizer. Use it in your plants.
And also, like, wool is moisture control, right? Like, that property of wool, which is so amazing.
Exactly.
I think that's genius.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to use it in all those different ways.
Trademarked.
Yes.
Trademarked. So, I was telling you how I have a fleece that I have not processed yet. And a couple years ago, I did through the Three Rivers Fiber Shed sheep to shawl.
I love that.
And that was the first time I had ever gotten a fleece, had to wash it, had to process it. My friend let me borrow her drum carder. That takes a lot of work, and I was lucky that like I could call Teresa and be like, "Help," and the Fiber Shed helped. But like, if folks are interested in learning that part, it can be hard to find resources, especially if you don't live near a farm, have a friend who's a farmer, processes fiber. I know you're trying to like take that on and create an environment to help people do that whole process if they want to. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, so it kind of started from the whole scouring process. Like that's the start of processing wool because you need to wash it. And washing it requires a lot of heat and detergent. Yeah. And so it takes a lot of time. It's very labor intensive. It takes multiple washes. Yeah. And so it's a bottleneck in the whole industry. Yeah. A lot of your mills, that's the reason they're held back is because they have to get that wool washed before they can run it through the machine.
And you have to do it carefully.
Yeah.
So you're not totally felting, agitating.
And
so
that's
scary to me.
It's a delicate it's a delicate process, but not too delicate.
No.
And that makes it scary. It's like steaking.
Yes.
Like,
anything you don't know, you think you're gonna like. It's always harder in your mind than it actually is, right?
You think of all the ways you can screw it up, but there's a lot of ways you can make it really great too.
Well, I don't know how to steek yet. I'm working on a project to steek. Stay tuned.
Steeking.
Steeking. Okay, pin it. We're coming back to this because this is glorious. Okay, so knowing that like once you actually learn, it's it's not a huge barrier, right? It just takes time.
But it's another skill too.
Yes.
So as each fleece reacts differently, and so one fleece might be filled with more VM or more lanolin, or so there's a lot of nuances, and so that also you create skill over doing it.
Yeah.
Like, just
and how
like,
to read it, like read the fleece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And so I decided, okay, we do all these make-alongs, right? We're all make-along followers. And so I'm like, let's do a scour along. And so I called it the Woolly Wash Along. Because
so
scour along sounds gross.
The Woolly Wash Along is definitely more of an aesthetic.
Yes, it is. And so I this fall I did a Woolly Wash Along.
Okay.
So I invited people to just participate together. And so I wanted it to be a way that people could learn how to scour with other people, but also people that have a fleece that's been sitting in their stash that just need to get it washed.
Yeah.
Like, kind of that incentive, like, hey, let's do this together. Like, we love community.
Yeah, and you broke it up into very manageable bits, right?
That was my goal, yeah.
Every bite of the apple helps, rather than all at once and getting overwhelmed.
Exactly. So it was 4 weeks, like, we started gathering our supplies, and we talked about it, and then we did it, and then we celebrated it. Like, so it was really fun that way.
If folks didn't know about it when it happened, are there opportunities to like participate again, like on their own, or will you maybe do this again?
I hope to do it again.
Okay,
that's my plan.
Yeah.
I also did a lot of I did a video tutorial, which is on my YouTube, and then I also my friend Sana with WoolandWyrd. I love it. I love her name. She wanted to learn how to scour, and so she's in Washington, so we did it over Zoom. Perfect. And so out of that I recorded that content and was able to create some different ways to show a beginner doing it and the questions they're asking, and so like it didn't make you feel alone.
No.
And so all of those are on the YouTube as well, so like everybody can participate that way. There's a great step-by-step, like a 2-pager guide to help you as you're going through, like just reminding you what to do. And I do hope to do it again because I think it would be really fun. And
you have really cool scouring kits that you were selling in your booth yesterday.
I just added those to it.
It's genius.
So I have two levels because like everyone comes in at their own place, and so I brought in a sampler. So it's just like what you need to wash 4 ounces of wool. Yeah. Like you can do that in a small bucket at home. Just give it a shot. See if you like it. If you hate it, great.
You learned.
Find somebody else that can do it.
You did learn a new skill.
Yeah, exactly. Or you learned what you don't like.
Yeah.
And then I have a starter kit, which has the gloves, the thermometer, the bucket, the
Menards.
Yeah, the Menards bucket. They're a perfect 3.5 gallon bucket.
And they're green. They're green. So that's fine. I was joking with Greg yesterday when we were loading the truck up. I was like, hate Menards.
But the buckets are great. So that's just, it just curated all the equipment that you need to get started.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that you are making it easy for people to source what they need to learn a new skill. And also, like, we talked a little bit last night about the online community.
Yeah.
And, like, how we see YouTube as a connection point and not like for us, it's very much how do we build community and connection. And I love that the inclusion of working with your friend to learn how to do it through Zoom, because that's the mode people are going to learn it from. Exactly. And so just showing, like, even virtually we can learn these things together.
It's really awesome.
And you did a great job with that.
I kind of launched it right before Wisconsin Sheep and Wool. Yeah. And so when I went there, like, people were coming up to me at the fleece show and telling me how great the video was so helpful, and like now I'm stuck on this part. Yeah. And so like that helps me, like, okay, now this is the next thing we need to do to figure out how to make this more accessible.
I love that.
Yeah. I feel like spinners like once they start spinning and they start using their handspun, you change your perspective of yarn, and you understand the structure of yarn so much differently than just being a knitter. And
the different fiber types, like the different breeds of sheep is so fun to learn.
Exactly.
Because I feel like we lump farm yarn into like rustic or itchy or, but
and it doesn't have to be.
Or like fully understanding why is something a little bit more rough potentially, and what does that mean it's good for? Like maybe it's not something you want for a sweater, but you can wear it for purpose. Socks or
exactly. Yeah. So I think every step of the way that you learn more and you understand and build that appreciation.
I love that. I want to show everybody. If you've watched my vlog before, you know that I spun some of Greg's wool. his Rommeldale CVM as part of Tour de Fleece.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I had 8 ounces of your natural gray.
Yeah, natural gray.
That I then did a combo spin. So I spun the singles of all of yours, and then I did 2 different acid dyed rovings. From, I think one was Falkland and one was a Rambouillet blend. And then I plied them together. And it is so...
I just love how it just kind of blended and muted those colors together.
Exactly.
In just a fun way.
And then it made it a little bit more cohesive. Like, obviously the corals pop, but then to have that gray come through...
It's just squishy. I love it.
I know.
The
it's
CVM
beautiful.
is just...
I know. So you can see the gray CVM in there, and it's just yummy. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
This is my Greg.
It's so rewarding to see...
I wore it yesterday.
People create things.
I can't imagine. That has to be like the best feeling.
Oh my god, it is. I had a customer at Shepherd's Harvest. She brought in a vest that she made from some of my dyed yarn. Yeah. And it was just like the joy that she had in making that and showing me what she made. Like, that was just fulfilling. Yes. So
this has been in my stash for a little too long. I bought this the first year I ever met you, which was Shepherd's Harvest 2023.
Yes.
And I remember walking by your booth, and it's all so cohesive. It's like a very rustic vibe, natural woods, plaids, like it's just beautiful, and it stands out a lot. Yeah. And you have built your display, which helping tear it down yesterday, I have a full new appreciation for like intricate. All the work. It is, but it's amazing. Yeah. And so I had bought this yarn in mind to do a pressed flowers cardigan, and I had bought a bunch of tweed roving, spun it, and then like I just haven't yet. But look at how beautiful this is. And this is your yarn.
It is. And so this is actually acid dyed. So that first year I was using acid dyes, and then I moved to natural dyes the next year.
So this is like...
It's a one of a kind. Like, no more out there.
So I think I have 4 chains, so I have 1,000 yards of it. And it's so plump. It's so squishy. So
that was one of my favorite yarns.
And it went fast.
It did, yeah. I still have a little bit for myself.
Or a friend.
Hello? Hello.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
What is this? Tell me about what you're wearing.
I should have brought the cowl in that inspired this. So at Shepherd's Harvest, I brought a cowl that I had made. It's a pattern by Martin Story. Okay. He does a lot of Rowan design work. Okay. And it created this plaid. Yeah. And so I wanted to use my handspun that show examples of how you can use that handspun in projects. Yeah. And so I knit this cowl, and so it's this solid kind of like light teal aqua color with like blues and browns and yellows kind of color changing through it. Pretty. And so it's this plaid pattern. Yeah. So people always think it's woven because of the plaid pattern, so but it's knitted. Yeah. And it's just a stranded knit in a tube. Like, it's very simple, really relaxing to knit. Yeah. But then I wanted a sweater. I'm not a small guy, and so sweater patterns are hard to find in my size. Yeah. So he has a sweater pattern in this, but he never makes patterns in my size. It's just sad.
This is a call again for size inclusivity. Yes. For all.
And it also is in a Rowan magazine that is out of print and I couldn't find.
Oh shit.
I know, so it's all these things.
2 for 1, great.
And so I really wanted to do it. And my good friend Susie, we all know Susie.
Fiber MacGyver.
Is my booth neighbor at Shepherd's Harvest. Yep. And so I always am staring at her yarn as I'm selling mine. And these colors just really talk to me. They're like, you need to make something.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And Susie's like, well, you need to make that sweater. And so Susie helped me pick out these colors. And so then I started knitting the sweater.
That's beautiful.
From modifying a different pattern that is knitted flat and a texture. So really, it was just kind of using it for guidelines. Yeah. Like,
it is your own. This is yours.
So I decided I'm going to start at the under the arm and knit up.
Okay.
Because this is the hardest part to figure out.
Yeah.
Like how to...
The shaping.
Like the short rows and the shoulder shaping. Like I can't do that in the color work. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So like how do I do that?
Yeah.
So I made this little triangle.
Smart.
And so I figured if I can make this happen,
Yeah.
like the rest is easy. Like, but I don't want to make the rest if I can't make this happen. So I had to add steeks for the arms and the front of the neck. And then I started knitting the sleeves.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do the pattern on the sleeves.
No!
No, again, because the shaping.
Yes.
Like, they would have had to bend, like, just straight out.
Yeah.
And I wanted a nice shape.
Yeah.
And so the solid was just nice, and it was a nice, refreshing
That's
break.
beautiful.
And so, I say a refreshing break. I knit the sleeves each 3 times as I was figuring out the pattern. Like, getting the right decreases and the right shape.
Yeah.
And,
It's a labor of love.
it is, and I just love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love that it's Susie's yarn and like that, again, more community, more
Yes.
friendships, lifting each other up,
Yeah.
right? Like all boats rise. And I actually really do like it being solid sleeves.
Yeah, I do too.
Because it's almost like a sweater vest
Yeah.
a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like I think it is.
Oh, it could have been Vestober.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Which you started.
It almost was going. Like, I almost thought, like, why don't I just cap this off and call it done?
I mean,
but
and
I'm
what
glad
I-
I didn't. I'm
I'm glad
I
you
what I
didn't
did.
too, because I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, Vestober.
October vest.
Or Oktoberfest, yes. You inspired me to start a pattern that I was dreaming of, which is a big dream because it's very geometric, so it's not like conducive to knitting.
No.
And so I'm trying to figure out how to blend all these colors from these yarns I've just acquired from Sam at Lavender Loom.
Yeah.
They're just
Same.
beautiful colors that I've just accumulated over the last few years. I'm like, these all look really good together. And so I can make, it's kind of it's a play on an Argyle, really.
The pillow.
It is.
We've come full circle.
We have. Now that I say that. And so I've torn it back 3 times because I just trying to get it right.
Yeah.
And I haven't swatched because the pattern is the width of the vest, the front.
Okay.
So that is my
your
swatch.
Yeah.
But I think I'm on a good path. I think I figured out a couple ways. I'm going to do some duplicate stitch.
Okay.
And
I'm in awe of people. And I'm in awe of you because I feel like I only have 5 years of knitting under my belt-ish. And sewing has helped me become a little bit more brave and like modifying but again, the things we tell ourselves, like, oh, I don't know how to do that. I can't figure that out. I'm not good at math. But it is patience, trial and error, and not being afraid to rip back and start over. Which I'm not always the most patient person for that. My husband can confirm I'm not patient. But you are. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, it takes time.
Yeah, of course.
I have a sweater that I knit for my husband that I have 2 of them. I had one that I steeked.
Okay.
And it was too small. And when you steek and it's too small, it
goes to the boys.
So then he lost a bunch of weight, not because of this.
Yeah.
But
to fit, you're like,
so now
you
it
must
fits.
fit in this
so,
sweater.
So then I had to finish it because it just sat there because I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
You kept it though, and you're
But
like,
then
someday.
I had another one I knit, and it was way too big for him. And that one sat, and finally one day I'm like, okay, it's done. It's coming apart.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I frogged that thing.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Though. I knit the Tecumseh using Sawkill.
Yes.
That I got my first Rhinebeck, and it is huge. Like we could both fit in it. And I frogged it after the election. Throwback to dark days.
Dark days.
And it was the best feeling to like. It was
you just
hanging
have to be in the
back
mood,
of my mind. Yes,
you
have to be in the mind. And being like, now I can use this yarn for something else that will make me happy and will be the better fit for it.
Awesome.
Which I had got it out. I'm doing a test knit. And so I pulled that yarn out. And I was going to pair it with, get ready, Titicaca. It's my favorite yarn.
Oh my God. I don't
from
know this
Holstgarn.
one.
So it's a lace weight from Holstgarn. And it's called Titicaca, which I just think is...
That's such a fun name.
It is delightful. So I was going to hold those 2 together for this pattern. And then I was like working on my swatch to check my gauge and I wasn't liking it. I was like, I can't believe I'm going to have to do the test knit in this. And then I was like, nope, I'm in charge of my destiny here. I really want to knit with this yarn, but I'm gonna put it away until I find the right thing for it. So like not forcing it. Well, I have enough yarn in my stash.
Yeah, we all do.
We all do. Yikes. I did see a really interesting, or I know I've talked about this, I think on Jen's The Making podcast. I think we all talk about this a little bit, and then I've seen themes more recently on Instagram. My friend Jenna posted something about like overconsumption in the fiber world.
Yeah.
And this idea that like what is a slow hobby is becoming, you know, there's always new patterns, there's new yarns, there's releases, and like the balancing act of wanting to preserve the slow hobby, slow fashion, while also supporting makers, designers. So I don't know. I struggle with that balance. I think
it is just a hard balance.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, as I'm thinking through these patterns, and it's helped my brain move into a different place than where I might be at that time.
Yeah.
So right now in my life, my kids are requiring a lot of mental health support.
Yeah.
And so that comes with a lot of research and learning on my side.
Yeah.
And like I can only do so much, and so then I need something different to shift my brain.
Yes.
And so like trying to figure out how to do this sleeve, like it shifts my brain into something that I can think differently. And so that helps me in that slow craft of like taking a step back and using it for my mental health in a different way than just the knitting itself.
I think that is this theme of mindfulness, right?
Yeah.
Is like so true to everything. Is like if you approach something mindfully, that is the way to combat the urgency, the convenience of our culture, and just slowing down, being mindful of like, what do I want to make? How do I want to make it? And how is knitting serving me and what I need? Because like for me, knitting is such a mental health tool. Like if you follow my channel, I have terrible anxiety, and my work causes a lot of anxiousness, and that's why like people are always like, wow, you knit so fast or you knit so much, and it's like because knitting for me is this therapeutic outlet that helps me process my life, problem solve in a different way that is doable, right? Because sometimes our big life problems can't be solved. Or isn't a quick fix, or takes time, or just
you
is.
Can't see
there's
the
no
finished
exactly.
change.
Whereas like knitting gives you something, and there's all the studies that talks about like how good it is for our brains.
I'll just lay it in front of me and look at it, and like just that
instant. I mean, like this is like
well, I'm doing this,
and then you throw in the mix our friends.
Right.
Like this is my friend's fiber. Right.
That is
like
my favorite.
This is your friend's yarn. Like. And so then it's community, it's connection, it's mindfulness, it's slowing down, and like, we're lucky.
Yeah, and we all come to it in a different way.
And for different reasons.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
So back to supporting others.
Yeah.
I think it is a challenge, and I struggle with that too. When I'm at a festival, I feel like I go to my friends
and want to support them,
and want to support them, but also I feel like, what am I missing? Like of all these other vendors that are here. But I'm drawn to those because of those connections. Like Susie, her and I vended at Shepherd's Harvest for the first time together, not knowing each other side by side, and became the best friends. And
she's amazing.
So like, and then I've connected with her yarn, and I've connected with her as a person, and like all the other vendors that you build those connections with. Like there's so much power in that.
Yeah.
And that's something I always take in too, is I realize that everyone can't buy from me every time that they see me. And be okay with that and support them. Like times are hard right now, and people can't afford things, and that's okay. But we can still be there for each other and still be part of that community. And
also by like talking about it, like talking about people's fiber, maybe bringing your fiber to a different space, somebody who hasn't heard of you before. Like, so like we as consumers can, beyond just like our dollars, support others by engaging on Instagram, sharing, talking about it word of mouth. Like those are really powerful ways to support too. Plus like just being really nice humans.
Exactly.
Flock together.
Nothing wrong with being nice humans.
Really nice human and kind.
Yes.
And like carrying that through. Like carrying the crafting energy, the fiber friend energy to our lives outside of that world. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't come to these shows to make money. No. I'm in a fortunate space where I don't have to.
Yeah.
Because my husband's income is enough to sustain us, but this is my community. It's my
livelihood.
respite for like taking a break and not living in Minnesota. It allows me to build connections and friends in a place I'm not.
What is next? Like, so, what makes you excited? What are you planning? What are you thinking of? What are you dreaming of?
Yeah, so it's really that community. It's how do I continue to... So I want to continue to find ways to pay that back. And so the yarn was one way to do that. But also just in that, like, scour along. Like, sharing that education, building that community, supporting others in something that they don't think they can do. Sharing those skills, like wool combing.
Yeah.
Like, many people are intimidated by it. I want to break those barriers down, and I want to build community around that. Yeah. And so I've decided that a way to do that is through YouTube. And so I'm really trying to build YouTube videos that connect. The theme is basically my journey of fiber through farming and spinning. Yeah. And so it's connecting our farm to the wool, and the wool to the spinning, and sharing those practices, and sharing about what it takes to run a farm. Yeah. Because I think so many fiber enthusiasts want to raise sheep. Yeah. And we talk about like finding things in your that fit you and in the right place. Yeah. And you don't always know what fits you until you learn more about it. Yeah. And so I want to share that journey, not to tell people what to do, but to share what my experience is, so they can learn from that experience and find what works best for them, or be prepared when they buy that acreage and buy those first sheep. Yeah,
like here's what to expect.
Exactly.
Or like here's what my experience looked like, knowing it's gonna be a little different for everybody. Like we talked a little bit last night. We went and got pizza and beers after the show last night, but we talked a little bit about like farming and how you grew up farming. So like that is like, and you were saying things that you have just always known, that you grew up with, that others when they come into farming don't know, or have to learn maybe the hard way.
Exactly.
And like that's hard work.
It sucks to do it that way.
I love that you're like sharing your experience and like a learn from me, learn with me. Yeah. And also as somebody who lives in the city and like aspires to someday have some acreage and my own flock, I know I want to watch. Like I want to, like
even
that
just
is like a little escape.
Vicariously live through that.
100%.
Like, that's okay too. Like I think that's really great, and I want to bring in others and bring in other voices. Before I was a stay-at-home dad, I worked for an organization supporting beginning farmers, and it was all about farmer-led. Yeah. It was all about learning from other farmers and going to field days, and I think there's so much power in that because it's. Everybody farms differently, and it's based on your opportunities, the land that you have, what the land can do, what you can do, and so everyone, like, it's not here's a manual to how to do this. No. And so learning from others helps you understand what you can and can't do, or want to do, or don't want to do, and so I want to bring that into the conversation as well.
I love it.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. Just more community. Like it's all just about community building and sharing, and then also just like to your point, like vicariously living a little bit through you, and like seeing the realness.
Exactly.
Of like it's not all here's this beautiful wool that I'm buying from Greg. Yeah. Like
you don't see the challenges with health issues in the sheep or weather or climate change that.
And time. Yeah. Like you talked about combing. So those are like the Wolverine style combs. Yes. And when I was doing sheep to shawl, I had this beautiful BFL fleece and I wanted to comb it to like really pull out the crimp and the long length. And after like
it's not a fast process.
A quarter of it was like, I gotta go. Yeah. Like, so then I switched to drum carder, right? Yeah. And so I just have such an appreciation for the time, and I think it'll be really interesting for folks to see like how much goes into this little bit of roving right here.
And a lot of people use flick carders or hand pick. Yeah. Like, and for me, combing is way easier than those methods to open up those fibers. Yeah. And so that's just the path I've gone. Yeah. But you have to find, and that's why I hate to say like there's this rigid way of doing everything, because you have to find ways that work for you, and if you get the desired product in the end, you've done great.
I want to latch onto that because I feel like spinning especially has taught me to let go of perfectionism, because I thought there was a right way to spin, and there really, like Teresa at Get Bentz has taught me that, like to let go of what you think should be and just enjoy and be present, and like it's gonna be
fiber's
inconsistent.
Gonna tell you what it wants
exactly,
to do.
and like paying attention to that, and like it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that has really helped me in life.
Yeah,
I just feel like the lessons learned from that has been really beneficial to me.
And I appreciate pattern designers like Sam.
Yeah.
That make patterns that really help elevate handspun and those imperfections and really make it shine.
Yeah.
Like,
Samantha Guerin.
Yes.
We both have done the grid gambit
one
with
of my favorites.
handspun. Yeah. Sam's patterns. I love that. And she spins beautiful yarn. She has a fiber colorway that I also got. It's from Yarn Jam, and it's called Fall Patina, and it's
that sounds beautiful.
I think it's Shanico, or Rambouillet, one of the two. And she did her new pattern that's coming out, the flannel crush, with that. And so I'm gonna pair that with the fin roving that I got yesterday, and do I've learned I really like a combo spin, especially with natural wool and like
it's
the
so
natural
interesting.
color. Obsessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Greg. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
It's just a treat.
I love coming up here and seeing you. Like, you bring energy to me. And it just, those are the people I want in my life.
I know.
And it's special.
I'm going to get a little weepy because, great, thanks a lot. I just feel so lucky to have gone from a knitter who was really learning during COVID, or relearning during COVID, and like, which was so home, like, and I'm isolated, and like I would FaceTime with my aunt, so like she was the first person in my community, but then like Instagram opened it up, and like if you had told like baby knitter Emily, who was just starting her Instagram, that like I would have these incredible friends who I learned so much from, I don't know, I just feel lucky.
Believe it, would you?
Never. I'm just grateful for it. So that's why I wanted to bring Greg on, so you all can meet just this beautiful soul who's making beautiful things, and it's just good people.
I do it for the people.
I know, it's the best part. So Instagram, Plaid Perch Farm, YouTube, I'm going to link everything below too, so you can find Greg's places. Definitely encourage him to make this YouTube channel come to fruition when you're ready and on your own time, but I'm very excited.
I have ideas, I just have to execute so far.
And the time. By the time with your 50 plus flock and kids and 5 cows. Who knew? Okay, full circle. We're back to the cows.
Totally. No, I really appreciate this. Like, just the spending the time, getting, every time we chat, I learn more, and I learn more about myself too, which
isn't that the best friendships?
It really is. Like
that introspection.
Yes. So
I feel like we could go on and on and on.
All day.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks for being on.
Thank you.
Everybody, I hope you loved this. Leave some love for Greg below, and I hope wherever you are, you're well, and I'll see you next time.
Bye. All the time I have.
Thank you.
We did intros.
Okay. So before we were very rudely interrupted by my 13-and-a-half-year-old dog, who is now trapped behind the lights in the tripod and is going to shake the camera.